I can't believe that there is still DoorDash drivers out here getting scammed in 2026. I would have thought that by now people would have gotten some common sense to say, hey, this might be a scam, but scams still run rampant. There are still plenty of scams that are going around, and scammers are always trying to find new ways to scam because it's easier for them to make money scamming than it is for them to get a real job. We're going to go into this story on Reddit, and we're going to try to help this person. After we help this person, that should help you as well to never get scammed, because really, getting scammed sucks. I think I've been scammed once in my life, and it was not a good time. So the title of this Reddit post is Scam Orders. So last night, I was out dashing last night. He really wanted us to be sure that he was dashing last night. Accepted a cash on delivery order from Pizza Hut because I liked cash on delivery orders. I don't like cash on delivery. I never do cash on delivery. If you look at my vlogs, I don't think I've ever done cash on delivery. I feel like I'm going to get robbed the one time I do cash on delivery. Also, Pizza Hut orders, I don't really do a lot of those anymore either. People are accustomed to tipping for pizza orders, and a lot of you Dashers hate them. Yep, I'm one of them, right? I don't really like to do pizza orders. A lot of the pizza places in my market stink, so they stink up my whole car, and especially cash on delivery is the cherry on top of the reason why I wouldn't want to do this. Anyway, DoorDash, right? You put it in those little hyphens. DoorDash called me and was trying to scam me by getting my information / asking me to cancel the order because they were with the fraud department of DoorDash. Now, if DoorDash ever calls you, majority of the time, guys, if you get a call and they say, hey, I'm with DoorDash, I'm with the fraud department, or I'm with this department, whatever department, it is most likely a scam. Now, have I had instances where DoorDash, a representative from DoorDash, or one of their AI chat things, have they called me? Yes. I've actually had it twice, maybe 3 times recently, where I accept an order and then I get a call from DoorDash. And basically the gist of it is, hello, thank you for accepting this order. This is a VIP customer. Please acknowledge or say yes if you want to continue with this VIP order. And if you say yes, it just hangs up. If someone from DoorDash calls you and says, hey, I'm with the fraud department and I need your information, obviously, guys, come on, like, it's a scam. If somebody calls you and says, I need your birthday, phone number, social, account information, why do they need all that? Right? You hang up the phone and you don't call them back. So let's keep going. They promised a $50 bonus and like $1.75 for every minute I was on the phone with them. This sounds insane. A $50 bonus just for answering the phone and then $1.75 per minute. Honestly, to me, that screams it's a scam. I'm like, slow down, champ. Biggest red flag is DoorDash being generous with money. Yes, that is true. DoorDash, over the years, has been more strict and tighter with their money by lowering drivers' base pay. It hasn't really helped drivers. Of course, it doesn't help drivers when our base pay is lower. But the good thing about it is it hasn't gone lower than $2. It did start at like $4. It was probably higher than that. Then went to $3.50, $3. $2.50, and now we're at $2. So who knows? Maybe next year, 2027, is the year we get paid $1.50 per DoorDash order. Then I contacted support and reported it was a scam order and enjoyed my free dinner. Then got DoorDash to pay me $1 for wasting my time. I feel like you wasted more time trying to get DoorDash to pay you $1. This story seems a little sketchy. I do kind of believe that, yes, I absolutely do believe that he got a phone call from somebody who probably was a scammer. They offered him this money, but then he contacted regular support and wanted the order for free, right? And then they paid him an extra $1. That seems a little fishy to me. I gave one pizza to a homeless guy and I enjoyed the others. Had the rest of the barbecue wings today for lunch. Anyway, just a PSA for those out there to remind you, DoorDash will never call you asking for information or really anything ever. And that is absolutely true, right? The only time they will call you, like I said, is if you have one of those VIP orders and you just acknowledge that you're going to do it. Now, sometimes it'll be a text message in the app, and there's just a button that says acknowledge. So there's that. There's also the call, but never will they call you. They will never call you and say, I am with so-and-so department, or I am speaking on behalf of the customer, or I am the customer. If the customer's calling you, the customer's not going to sit there and ask you, what's your birthday? All right. If I'm ordering a Big Mac, I don't care about what my driver's birthday is. Anyways, they're especially not offering free money, that's for sure. They do give a little bit of bonuses here and there from time to time. A little bit of peak pay, right? You get a little bit of extra money. I suspect they're using cash on delivery orders to look more legit, and they don't ever have to actually pay for the orders outside of whatever delivery fees, which I'm sure they have ways to back charge or get refunded, or it's all just paid for on stolen cards. And that's actually what I was going to say. A majority of time when these scams occur on DoorDash, it is because somebody had their credit card or their debit card stolen from them. And that's why you always have to be careful with your cards, guys. Always make sure that you're looking at your recent purchase history. Make sure that you have notifications of, purchases. One time I actually found out that my card was stolen because somebody in Orlando somehow got information to my card. It came as a notification on my phone that it was declined, so I was able to call my bank and get that card closed so I could get another one. But it does happen, guys. Cards do get stolen all the time, especially at places like gas stations, those card skimmers. And to be fair, right, a lot of those scams happen because the people who are operating those gas stations let them. So I kind of urge people to not use those smaller gas stations. I go to like Circle K, a bigger one, or a racetrack, or a Wawa, something like that, somewhere where it's harder. And always use tap to pay. I think it's harder to steal tap to pay than it is actually inserting your card. Even better is if you have your card on your phone and then you tap your phone, because that way it is super encrypted, and I don't think anybody can steal your information that way, or at least the card information. So for those who hate cash on delivery, if you do them, maybe you'll get some free food. That's a big maybe. Majority of the time, you're probably going to just end up doing really trashy offers, and you're not going to enjoy it. I don't know. I know people who do cash on delivery. They hate it. I don't know why they do it when they hate it, but stay safe out there and don't let these scammers get you. They even played this pre-recorded message about how DoorDash will never ask for your information, and then he proceeded to yell at me for not giving him my phone number because all he had was the Dasher's number. Do you understand? Yeah, just never give out your information, guys. If DoorDash ever contacts you first, just hang up and contact them back. Right? Because they'll know, right? If they just contacted you about something, you could say, hey, I was just contacted by another representative. Can you tell me what's going on? If they say, I have no idea what's going on, it's a scam. Yeah, bro, I understand you ordered me free food and I'm not stupid enough to fall for your scam. I appreciate the scammers' generous donation to our homeless population and my dinner. Very kind souls they are. Now, the thing with scammers, he even mentioned it in the post, is that the scammers are majority of the time, the scammers are not using their own money. The scammers are using stolen cards. So it's they're never going to stop doing it because you don't see the person. It's different when you use a stolen card in a store, because in a store you have cameras and those cameras can see who the person is unless they're covering themselves up. Whereas with DoorDash, they can just make fake accounts or get accounts that were created somewhere far away on a proxy, and then that way, and then they're using a VPN. So it's just easier for people to try to scam on DoorDash, and it still sucks that people's accounts or card accounts do get stolen from that. So stay safe, right? Don't get scammed. If DoorDash calls you saying that they're anything other than just, acknowledging an order, hang up straight away. I don't even call them back. It's just whatever, right? I just let it go. I forget about it for the rest of my day. Yeah, don't get scammed.